obviously quite a big collision, and yeah, I did think of the worst instantly, or especially when I was on the ground and can't remember who it was, told me to stay still, and it wasn't until Doc came on and asked me to, can you move your fingers, your toes? I was relieved that I passed all those tests, and eventually sort of sat up and was able to, walk off and get on with it. But yeah, there was a fearful period there for a minute or so where you do think of the worst. It's quite scary when you do go over backwards and you find yourself come down on your head and shoulders. Yeah, it's part of the game. I understand that, and every time we go up for the high ball, we've got to be courageous. Sometimes the chasers don't get it right. They have intentions to get up, but they find themselves running into the person, which happened in the weekend. So, as escorters, as the players in front of me going up to catch, they're doing their best jobs to protect me, but it's not always the case. So yeah, it's something we expected from South Africa in terms of the high ball collision and contest. I don't think they'll change anything. They'll look to make it a real contest and a 50-50. But we'll continue to be courageous, get up, and we just have to, under the current rules, our escorters have to do a job within the rules to legally stop that chaser from running a good line and allowing that mid-air collision. So yeah, relief is an understatement.
Would that have been one of the worst falls in your career?
I think so. I've had a similar incident where I came down on my kind of more of my shoulder against France in Wellington in 2018, I think. So yeah, very similar. The chaser got there sooner than he realised the ball was actually a lot closer to him. Instead of allowing time to jump up and go for the ball, it's high speed, split second stuff, which can be quite dangerous. So I was lucky in that occasion, and once again lucky, on the weekend. So let's hope I've still got plenty of luck in me, because I've got to be courageous, and so does everyone who goes up to catch a high ball. And it's such an area of the game where South Africa, that's a strength of theirs, or they use it as a strength because they cause carnage up in the air, and they like to play off the spills and so on. So it's not something we focus on too much when we've got the ball. But in terms of the style of rugby they play, their high kicking game is a strength of theirs, or it's a strength they perceive.
We haven't heard from you since the test. Just your thoughts on sort of where to from here. Do you kind of understand why it might be hard for people on the outside to see that there is still a lot of belief and a lot of confidence in here? Like, are you able to give them some insight?
Yeah, absolutely. We believe within the group, that's for sure, in what we're doing and where we're heading. It's winning is a habit, but losing can be too. So we've just got to remember how well we can do the simple things and why we play the game and what got us here in the first place. And not overcomplicating things, not listening to too much external noise, and just enjoying, playing footy, because that's why we do it. And that's part of the reason we got to where we are now. So all I ask is our fans to believe in us, have our backs and our support, because we certainly need that.
And Ellis Park, an entirely different experience to the one we've just had. For those who haven't been there, what's it like? What can they expect?
It's a great place to play rugby. We're in the high veld. It's 1,600, 1,700 metres above sea level, so it stings when you breathe, when you're under fatigue. The ball travels further. The intensity of the Springboks, given the crowd, the hostility in the crowd, green jerseys everywhere, afternoon rugby. It's just rugby at its best. So we love those challenges. Certainly in the position that we're in now, our backs are against the wall, and we're going to be going out there fighting and giving it everything. So yeah, we can't wait.